guys, it's your boy Corey.
It's your boy John.
And welcome back to the Artistry Drop, where we feature stories from today's rising artists.
Yes, sir.
If you like being inspired, don't miss out on our weekly episodes, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification to be notified when we drop new episodes. Guys, we're going to dive right in. Our guest today is a roller skater, model, nursing student, and mental health advocate from Orange County, California. She loves all things wellness and spirituality. Guys, please welcome Julia Ray.
Let's go.
Welcome, Julia. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and like you mentioned, it is your first podcast.
Yeah.
So, thank you for letting us be your first podcast, because there might be more ahead for you.
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, this is exciting. I'm so happy to be here.
Good, thank you again. But before we do get into your story, we do got to get into the drink of the day.
All right, so the drink of the day is kind of like a Moscow Mule, but it's a lychee Moscow Mule. So it has lychee actually smashed in with lime, mint, and lychee juice, and then I mix it all up with some vodka. What else I put in? Vodka. Lychee liqueur, and then I topped it off with ginger beer.
Nice.
So yeah, it has
Love
a lot
ginger
of
beer.
All right, well, let's go for the Artistry Drop. Cheers.
Cheers, you guys.
There you go.
Cheers.
Good podcast.
Yes, to a good podcast.
Ooh.
Yeah.
She's giving sweet. She's giving sparkly. She's giving refreshing.
Yes, refreshing.
That is good though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is good.
That's so good. The straw's like throwing me off. Do I like kind of bite on it?
Yeah. No, because since it's like mashed up with the lychee, I think some of the bits are getting stuck in the straw.
We had that issue before.
Yeah.
I had we actually caught it on an episode where he had
strawberries.
It was all diced up, and he literally zooms in on me just pulling out the strawberry, and all the alcohol comes out of the straw. I was like, oh shit.
It's like when you get boba and like all the boba beads get stuck together,
exactly,
and then they all just like shoot up through
yes,
once.
exactly.
What happens.
And that's exactly what happened. So, I don't know. I think we need bigger straws eventually.
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah.
We do need bigger straws, because I want to make some boba ones too.
Oh,
Boba
that sounds
cocktails.
good actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be back.
We do really want to bring back more people to the show that have been on it before, just because we want to get updates on people's artistries, on their lives and stuff like that. So hey, maybe when we do bring you back, we're already gonna have some kind of boba drinks.
Okay, I'll be here for it. I'm here.
Yes, let's go. Well, you know what? I want to get right into it already. I had seen your TikTok showing the 4-year-old you versus like the 24-year-old you.
Oh yeah.
20 years ago.
20 years ago, pretty much.
Damn.
Looks like you started skating at about 4 because, you had your whole skate fit and all that. Like, have you stayed skating since then, or did you eventually kind of pick it up like in the last couple years?
No, so what's funny about that is, my dad taught me and my sister how to roller skate. He bought us these Skechers skates that had like little brakes on both sides. It's like a little sneaker, and we were so excited. And he didn't know how to roller skate himself, so he just like in our garage, I had my full helmet, wrist guard, elbow, knee, and he put a pillow on my butt and pulled us around our cul-de-sac with a stick, and he just like kind of flung us and was like, learn. And it was so much fun, and I loved it. And like every day after school, I would just skate around in our garage in our cul-de-sac, just like skating by myself or with my sister. And then when I outgrew those, I started using my mom's like blades that were like size 7, and then I eventually outgrew those, and then I kind of stopped skating. And then it was like a beautiful thing. So I was thrift shopping in Long Beach. That's what I was doing. I was on East 4th Street, and I was just kind of like meandering around in like each little store. And at that time, there was a roller skate shop called Moxie Roller Skate, but now it's called
I know
Pigeons.
Moxie. Yes.
Yeah, I've heard about that before.
And I like just happened upon this store, and I walked in, and it's like all color, all glitter, and all these beautiful skates. And I was like, oh my God, like I used to skate when I was a kid. Oh my God, this is so much fun. Like what the heck? And I picked it up. It was like $300. I was like, okay, Jesus Christ, I'm putting it down. And then I go on my phone, and then I see like videos of people like roller skating by the beach. And I was like, okay, that's 2 signs in 1 week. Let's like lean into that. So then I was like, okay, let's just buy some skates and learn. Like I think this is going to be a thing. And then the pandemic hit, and I was like, I'm so glad I already ordered these skates. And they came literally within a week. And then I just started roller skating every single day after work.
Perfect timing.
Wow, yeah.
So it was like it was pretty much meant to be. Yeah, because you know what? That's almost like the same story as me. Growing up as a kid, I was always playing with my dad's fat camcorder. I don't know if you've seen those, the big shoulder ones. But yeah, because I do filmmaking and all that, and when I used to do like stop motion videos, which are like animations, like you move it slight bit, like and then you hit the record
picture.
So
yeah,
cool.
and then when you play it back, it looks as if it's an animation pretty much. And that's what I used to do. But of course, going through, you know, middle school, high school, I forgot all about that, you know? Well, after high school, that's when me and a couple friends started getting into YouTube. And, you know, YouTube had just come out around that time, too.
Yeah.
So started getting into YouTube, started using the camera again. And I was like, you know what? I used to do this shit when I was a kid. This shit is so fun. So that's eventually where I was like, you know what? I think I want to actually do this, like, forever. You know, so I mean, now it's my career, and you know, it's awesome seeing how, you know, some of us can do something when we're a kid, pick it back up, and then now we're like we love this shit.
And what's beautiful is it's as adults you're feeding your inner child,
Right,
and
exactly.
so as adults we're so focused on like the serious things that we need to do, or most adults are, or our career. But then we find joy in the things that we found joy in as children.
Yeah.
Right.
And then so as adults to still be able to have that love and joy for it, it's so awesome to have that.
Yes,
still.
it is awesome. Yeah, you know what? I want to move on to the next question because it kind of relates to me as well. Because growing up as a kid, my cousins were into speed skating and were part of a team, which kind of naturally got me into inline rollerblading.
Sick.
And you know, I never did roller skating though because it was just not part of the family. Everybody was rollerblading and stuff like that. So it was, you know, like I said, it was just naturally I gravitate towards it. But I do roller skate now. I ended up buying a pair of my, you know, roller skates and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm not like, I'm a better rollerblader than a roller skater, you know. But now that we're into that question, I want to know, was there a struggle when you like got into roller skating or rollerblading? Because you did mention you were using some blades at that time.
Dude, so as a child, like I was weirdly, like I was never really coordinated with sports. I never really picked that up. But with like balance things, I just like picked it up. So with like roller skating and then like outgrowing those and then getting my mom's inlines, like I just applied it and it just somehow worked. And I wasn't afraid of falling because I was a kid. And then I just taught myself it, and then I taught myself how to like, you know, those ripsticks. Do you guys remember ripsticks? The two-wheel, two-wheel skateboard. Like I taught myself how to do that, and
those
then like
are hard.
longboard. Like so I've always been good at like weird balance things. So like ice skating, for example, like the first time I ice skated, like that was really easy for me too. So
Riding a
like,
bike.
riding a bike's really easy. Things like that I was able to pick up really easily.
You know what? I think because as soon as I picked up roller skates, I like I said, you implemented it in, you know, from roller skating into rollerblading. I did the same exact thing. The only difference I really noticed was harder for me was the balance. The balance is a lot different. You know, like I feel like with inline rollerblading, obviously, you know, it's just a line of wheels. But I feel like I have more control. But also, I think it's just because I've never used four wheels. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a car, pretty much, you know? I've never tried that before before I moved to LA, because we're originally from Seattle, and I think like a year or two before moving here, that's when I picked up roller skating.
Sick.
And I was like, this is way different. But after doing it a little bit, I was like, this shit's actually fun. You know what? I think I'm gonna pick up some roller skates, and then, you know, I used to hit the rinks back home all the time during the weekend and stuff like that. But it's still so, like, compared to what you do, like, you know, I want to go into the next question. Pretty much it relates to this, but compared to what you do with like jam skating, it's crazy, you know. And it reminds me, like, jam skating reminds me of Roll Bounce. You ever watch Roll Bounce? Roll Bounce is one of my favorite films too, and that's why I was like, man, I wish I could do that shit, you know. And obviously I have seen a couple people like on inlines, you know, do some jam skating. It's just different. It's just way different than what you would do on a, you know, roller skates
Different
itself.
style,
Now going into it, did you grow up dancing or doing any kind of choreography, or did you just kind of get into jam skating?
Absolutely not, which is so funny. Like, I had a full-size mirror in my bedroom, and as a girl, would I play my little music and dance in front of it? Yes, but like I've never taken really like dance classes. I wouldn't consider myself a dancer. Like I did ballet for maybe a couple of years as a child at the YMCA, so it was like nothing serious. So no, like jam skating is also where I learned how to also dance, and like I still also have trouble like keeping up with like counting and everything. So like that's still stuff I'm trying to work on today. So was it a struggle, like at first, trying to learn all the, you know, dance moves on roller skates? And if it did, like how long did it actually take you to kind of feel comfortable
dancing on roller skates.
Yeah, that's crazy because when I first got my skates, like the first like maybe I would say 2 months was just focusing on like safety, being able to go forward and backwards comfortably, and then being able to stop different stops.
Yeah.
And then so I took that every single day. Every day I'd get out of work, I'd go put on my skates, and I would go roller skating around like my block.
Yeah.
And I would just focus on going uphill, downhill, let's go backwards, uphill, downhill. And then I just slowly started implementing, okay, I kind of want to learn how to spin now. Okay, now I kind of want to learn how to do the downtown.
Yeah.
And then like slowly implementing little rhythmic moves helped me.
Yeah.
But seriously, it was just like during the pandemic, I was just roller skating every day for like 3-4 hours at a time.
Yeah.
And I would slowly see like what I saw on Instagram, and I would try to replicate that.
Yeah.
So that's how I slowly started doing it. But no, I don't really have a dance history. I mean,
That's
that
crazy.
would probably help a lot.
Yeah, because I mean, you're so good at it though. I wouldn't even guess that you weren't a dancer beforehand. You know, so major props to you though.
Thank you. We learn every day. We try to learn something new every single time we lace up. Still.
It's always good to learn something new. You know, and put it in our resume or our arsenal, and just have it ready for whatever. Pretty much.
Yeah, I think if anything in art, like you got to remain a student because you know you're never, even though you're a professional, you're always learning, and times are always changing. You know, so there's always something new to learn, and you have to be open-minded in order to be like a master of your craft.
You also have to have an open mind too, because that was a thing that was blocking me for a long time. Was like, these people are so good, I'll never be like them. But then I had to get over that mental block of saying, no, I can. It's going to take a lot longer, and it's going to take some time and hours of practice, but I can get there. And it's like giving yourself that self-love and like having faith in yourself to achieve that, and then you will.
Exactly.
It's also that.
Yeah, and that's why sometimes, you know, it is difficult to actually, you know, you can have inspiration, you can look and see what other people are doing, but if you're trying to compare yourself, don't do it, because that's what's going to hold you back. You know, don't do it, because I've been there before. You know, when I started getting into like photography and filmmaking years ago, you know, it was like, I was like, damn, these photos are so good and blah, 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 you know, and stuff like that. But it's like, you know what, I'm going to go out and do my own shit, you know, so shot my own way, edited my own way, and, you know, pretty much,
as you should. Yes.
You gotta create your own path within yourself.
Create your own path.
Yeah, just be confident that you are different, because that's what makes you unique and original, and that's what's gonna push you forward. But going back into your skating, you know, I'm a dancer myself, so I don't really think people understand how difficult it is to do what you do. You know, you're basically doing like dance choreography, but it's also a lot of freestyling on skates, which is even hard to do like on bare feet, you know, so that's like twice as hard. I know you mentioned that you didn't have any dance experience before, but would you ever consider dancing now?
Yes. So actually, like, because of that, I have a good friend that likes doing hip hop and heels classes. So like, I've gone to one heels class and I was like, ooh, that was humbling, but let's try it again. You know? And then also I'm like recently really into salsa classes too. And then I've seen like some skaters that also do salsa, and they're doing salsa on skates, and I'm like, that's really cool too. So it's like constantly being inspired and wanting to learn and like try something new. That's what keeps it like really fresh and exciting. But yeah, I have yet to take a hip hop class, but I want to. I'm gonna just be in the back and learn something. But I'm excited.
I mean, doing a heels class, you know, you could do like a heels hip hop class. But it is hard in general to do it in heels as well. It's hard to walk. Oh my God. How are you going to do choreography?
It was so humbling, but I love those experiences, because I'm okay, bring yourself back down. Let's learn something new.
But once you get it, that confidence is like nothing else, you know?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
So it's empowering for sure. Even, you know, especially as a woman, I'm pretty sure.
It is.
Facts. Well, you know what? We're going to get into our game now, Artistry Roulette.
All right, so here on the Artistry Drop, we want to bring something new and exciting to the show. So today we're going to play a game called Artistry Roulette. Here's how the game's going to go. So you're going to choose a number between 1 and 10, and each number will contain a random question which you only have 15 seconds to answer. You'll answer a total of 6 questions, and each question that goes over 15 seconds will cost you a sip of that drink.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sounds great. Gorgeous.
All right, so you got
to
choose a number between 1 and 10.
7.
7. Okay, what is currently your favorite TV show and why? And the timer starts now.
Selling Sunset. I'm not usually a reality TV person,
okay.
and I don't know how I picked this show up, but it was on my Netflix. And oh my God, it is just so fun to watch these ridiculous mansions and to dream and to criticize it. And I'm like, who am I? I'm not even a millionaire, but I'm like, I wouldn't have picked that type of window. But I'm like,
Right.
oh, I like that type of bathtub. I'm going to do that. So it's like, it's addicting.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah. No,
That's
the
awesome.
well, you went
Yeah,
over
you
the
went
time,
over it.
so you're gonna have to
27
take a sip of that
seconds.
drink.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. You guys need a time?
No, but I've actually been curious about the show because I think the first time I've kind of heard. Well, no, it's not the first time.
I actually never heard of that show.
Yeah, so
it's
pretty
like
much
MTV Cribs.
So
pretty
No,
much?
no, no. So
Yeah?
it's like realtors. They go
Oh,
out
really?
and sell like. Fuck, who was
These
it?
crazy mansions in
It was.
like
It was.
Hollywood Hills.
It was
Oh, okay.
an artist. It was a rapper that posted on Instagram or something.
Okay.
Oh, Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Simon.
Simon Liu. Yeah,
I just watched his episode. He just bought like a huge $1 million mansion,
Yeah.
and it was so fun to see his style and
okay.
to like see what is like a Marvel actor gonna buy. Like what
Yeah.
type of house are they living
Yeah.
in? And it's so
Was that
fun.
episode pretty interesting?
Yeah, it was actually really really fun. I just
Okay.
love like because I grew up watching like HGTV with my mom.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
yeah.
now like make it extra and like throw in a little drama. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah, might have to
good.
watch
That's
it. Because one of the shows that me and Rachel have been watching is, not it's not Crazy Rich Asians, but it's
Bling Empire?
Bling Empire.
Bling Empire.
Yeah,
we
I've
we
heard
yeah
about it.
we watch Bling Empire all the time. It's really it's funny, but it's super interesting too.
Really?
Yeah, and even what's her name? One of the leads on Selling Sunset was just on the recent season.
Oh.
Forget her name.
Love that. That's
there's
so
many
cool.
there's so many girls on that show. So
There's a lot.
definitely check out Bling Empire. It is
Okay.
it is
Bling
really a
Empire.
good show. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to.
All right, so you're
Okay.
gonna choose between 1 and 10. You already chose 7.
5.
5. Okay. What is your favorite place to skate and why?
Okay, easy.
Or where? Sorry, where is your favorite place to skate and why?
Okay.
Timer starts now.
Okay, Newport Beach. That's where I learned how to skate. I also love the beach. I'm like
Okay.
fire and air all over my chart. And being near a body of water is super calming and relaxing. And also the sunsets are gorgeous. So you get to just skate on this gorgeous plot of land, watch the sunset. Like it literally can't get better.
Damn.
And then dolphins appear sometimes. And you're
Oh,
just
really?
like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
That's an awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an
Yeah.
awesome
It was.
answer. But you did go over it again.
I'm just
22 seconds. Yeah, you just drink it
just
off.
talks, okay?
Yeah,
You're
no,
gonna
no
just keep
problem.
it. Hey, it's all
Yeah,
good. I'm
yeah.
super extroverted
Yeah.
too, so
She talks.
I feel you on
Yeah.
that. No worries.
But also the purpose of the game is to have people drink more.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
That's the thing.
So
Well,
you're
this is
doing a great job.
delicious.
Thank you. How does Newport Beach like compare to like Venice? Because I know a lot of skaters go to Venice as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if I lived closer, I would go to Venice.
Yeah, okay,
it's
farther.
just,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like a location thing.
But there's less people, I'm assuming, at Newport.
Yeah,
that's crowded.
it's a bigger piece of land.
Okay.
So it is more spread out.
Yeah.
But the floor at Venice is just much better. And then
Oh, I
obviously
see.
there's all the history and
You're
all
the-
like the professionals and the talented
Right,
like,
right.
OG people and everything. So like there is a culture that comes with Venice. I'm just too far away.
Right.
Are you actually originally from here? From
So I
California?
grew up in like Pasadena area.
Okay.
Okay.
Monrovia, but it's a really small town, so no one ever knows it. So I just say Pasadena. But
Pasadena,
yeah, so I grew up in LA County, and then I moved to Orange County
Mm-hmm.
for college.
So
Oh,
did
I
you like before you moved? Well, I guess you weren't skating at that time then, huh?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
because of course you were living closer
I was like
to Venice.
closer, but
Yeah.
I did not know, and like that was a mission, even from where I was, because I was so close to the mountains. It was a mission to get to like Santa Monica.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that
Oh,
was
yeah, I
like
bet.
an exciting adventure if we got to go.
Oh yeah, that is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All
That's
right,
a
so
mission.
1 through 10 again. You chose
Okay.
5 and 7.
2.
If you didn't skate, what would be your hobby and why? Timer starts now.
Now.
Hot yoga, because that was
Hot
my
yoga.
hobby before, and then with COVID, all my one hot yoga studio that I had membership to closed, unfortunately.
Okay.
But big like spiritual yogi person, and I
Uh-huh.
just love the heat, and it's just you get to the point where I'm gonna pass out, and then you don't, and then it's just like getting through mental barriers every single
Oh,
time,
yeah.
and you get a really nice deep stretch. I still practice yoga, I just haven't got back into hot yoga in a really
Okay.
long time.
Okay.
I already know.
26,
I already
yeah.
know. I
You already know. But you know what?
She's
Anyway-
doing it on purpose
No,
at this
you-
point.
you
She's
know
like,
what,
I just want to
anyways?
drink now.
No, because usually what happens anyways is, we're like, you got to take a drink and then you can explain later. So
Yeah.
we're pretty much letting you just talk it out,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
just-
you're gonna
it's
have
a
to take
vibe.
that drink later
Talk
anyway.
it
So
out.
yeah, hey, it's all good though. We
Yeah.
love it here on the Artistry Drop. All
Yeah.
right, so 1 through 10 again. You got 2, 5, and 7.
Okay, 8.
8.
Universal or Disneyland, and why? Timer starts now.
Universal, because Harry Potter World.
Hey, let's go. I'm a Universal dude too, so I love Universal.
One person who said Universal.
Yes, you know what? Because we've talked about this on the Artistry Drop quite a few times,
Yeah.
and I always vouch for Universal. Like, I love Disney. I love Disney too, but it's just like it
The
doesn't.
movie aspect.
Yeah, the movie aspect of Universal and everything. Like, it's just I feel at home there because filmmaking and all that. It's there.
Yeah.
And I just love
I love
Universal, so.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
I can't knock it. It's a magical place.
They both are special in their own regards.
They are.
And
They are.
It's just Harry Potter World,
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it is dope.
I go there and I'm like, I just could spend my whole day here. I don't
So
even
you're a
need to see the rest.
Potterhead.
Yeah.
I'm huge.
Or a pothead.
You're
You're a pothead.
Also a hairy head.
Yeah, Harry too. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so 1 through 10, you already chose 2, 5, 7, and 8.
Okay.
You got
3.
2 more.
3 is calling my name.
3. Okay, your favorite song to jam skate to and why?
Oh my god. Okay, it's No Guidance.
Oh, really?
Oh, No Guidance. Okay.
And I listen to it often, and I still don't know the words to it, and it's fine. I just love the beat, and
Yeah.
it just makes me feel so sexy and like that. But I'm just like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
And I've done so many sunset jam sessions to it, and I've definitely replayed it multiple times. And it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't miss every single time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No,
Hey,
it-
No
it
Guidance is
on
dope.
repeat,
Still,
yeah.
it's
So
still
good.
a banger though up to today. So,
So good.
yes.
Yeah.
All right, you got one more to choose.
Wait, she has to drink.
Oh, you got to
Yeah,
drink.
she has
Okay,
to
yeah,
drink
you
first.
do get to
No
drink.
one's surprised.
You do got to drink first.
I think I keep getting like a little lychee moment in here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all good. It's gonna
You
happen.
might have to pull it out like him.
You just
I
pull
did,
out
I
his
did.
big ass
Look
piece
at
of lychee.
this.
Look, it's a
Yeah,
huge.
see?
Ooh.
Or just eat it.
I mean,
It is
you can
really-
eat
it is
I
too,
did
yeah.
eat one
Really good,
earlier.
yeah.
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 Okay.
All right, one more.
Okay.
Do you remember?
9.
9. Okay, yes. So of course we already kind of know what you're gonna choose.
Okay.
Jam skating or roller skating? Because I'm pretty sure they're a little.
They're both.
Yeah, they're a
Yeah.
little different
I'm
because.
grateful to be on 8 wheels at this point.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
You're
both
right.
are a win in
Yes.
my
Yeah.
book because you're on 8 wheels and you're
Yes.
having the time of your life. Jam skating because you play your little music
Yeah.
and you bop alone and it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean they are technically almost the same. It's just I see roller skating as like just skating.
Yeah,
You're
like
not jam
back and
yeah,
forth
Yeah,
kind of
back
vibe.
and forth or going around a rink.
Yeah.
Just skating around versus jam skating. You're dancing and doing a whole bunch of crazy shit and stuff like that. Like yeah, so no, that's dope though. Like I said, they are technically the same thing still, but
Yeah.
Both a win.
both a win.
Both the
Well,
win
yeah.
and both are hard.
both are hard.
Yeah, in
Yes.
their own regard, for
Yes.
sure.
Well, we've come to the end of Artistry Roulette. Julia, thank you for playing
Yes,
Artistry
thank
Roulette.
you.
It was a fun little moment.
Yes, it was a
Yes.
fun little moment, but of course, we got to dive right back in and get into your artistry, though.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yes,
I
yes,
want to
yes,
dive
yes,
a little bit deeper into our conversation. So, for
Okay.
me, like dance really taught me a lot of life lessons outside of dance, like how to be open-minded, doing things out of my comfort zone, and also like building my overall like confidence. Has skating helped you shape you as a person outside of dance or
Oh.
skate?
Yeah, most definitely. I think I touched on it before, but it's one of those things where like I've always had like a low self-worth, or I would kind of sell myself short a little bit, and then you put these little 8 wheels on your feet and suddenly
Right.
you can just do whatever you set your mind to, and it's
Yeah.
great and it's so much fun because like you see something that inspires you, or you see someone doing something that's inspiring you and you're like, I want to do that too. And then you work on it and you work on it, and it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in a week or so. Sometimes it takes months. And there's even some moves that I started working on a year ago and I still can't get. But it's definitely something that like helps you grow as a person because you stay dedicated. You
Yeah.
stay dedicated to your art and your craft. And then you also, it's kind of like a promise to yourself of like, I'm going to do this. I know I can succeed. I'm going
Right.
to put the hours and effort into it. So definitely helps make you become like a patient person,
Right. Yeah.
person who loves themselves a lot,
Exactly.
and someone that believes in yourself, because at the end of the day the person that's going to be advocating for you the most is yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Facts.
And
Love
You
that
have
answer.
to.
Yeah.
Love that answer.
That's so inspirational.
Yeah.
And after you get through those obstacles, you really like understand yourself at a deeper level, and
Yeah.
and you also like appreciate that how that journey and how far you've come from the beginning. So like that's a whole like journey within itself, and coming from a dancer, but also like coming from artists in general, like we all like take that reflection and take that time out of our day to really push ourselves and reflect. So I think it's important.
Help me with like gratitude, because I always like at the end of the session I'm just like, thank you body, like God, I'm so grateful for my body to be able to like do these things that I like set my mind to, like thank you body, like thank you mind, thank you heart. Like it also helped me become a grateful person too.
Right. And becoming a dancer and using your body and your mind and having that connection is like at a different level, exactly. And going through life understanding that mind and body connection is like benefits you in so many different ways that I think a lot of people don't really understand, but until you like actually go through it. And going back into your skating, I know some of these tricks that you be doing is like really wild. I saw one where you're like on your toes, like leaning back doing the matrix, or like some where you're like spinning super fast, and there's some where you're like on the side of your foot, like about to break your ankles.
My edges.
Yeah. Is that what it's called, the edges?
Yeah, when you're like on your little side.
What is the name for the Matrix one?
It's
just called the Matrix?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So is it an actual thing? Like,
yeah, it's just like something I saw people do. But I also like, again, like incorporating yoga too, like when you get into a yogi back bend, like that's also like the same body movement. So I kind of was just like playing around with that, like, okay, I can get into a back bend standing up, can I do this on wheels? And so it's one of those things where it's like you have an idea in your mind and you're like, let's try it. And you fall and you hurt yourself, but you get back up and you just keep trying again and again. It's like one of those fun things. Just keep trying.
Of course, you got to try. It's trial and error. But speaking about falling, have you ever had like a huge or big injury?
Oh my God, yeah. I had like a feeling you would ask this question. Okay. Yeah, of course. Okay, so this was like kind of early in my days, but I was beach skating with my cousin. And in Huntington, there's like a higher walking path or like skating path, and there's a lower one, and there's a ramp to get to the lower one, and the lower one's the one on the beach side. And it was like a windy afternoon, and we were like, let's hill bomb it. And we were like, yeah, let's go. And so I remember we were holding hands, and we were going down this ramp, and like from the top, you couldn't see it, but as we were getting closer and closer to the bottom, there's a huge sand mound. And I was like, well, we are going fast. This sand is going to stop us, and there is nothing we can do about it at this point. So we were holding hands, and I was just like, just brace yourself. And then so since I was holding her hand like this, my knuckles scraped against the concrete like this, and then we kind of just like Supermaned onto the floor. So like both of our knees were just like scraped up. We had these gnarly bruises on our knees, and my knuckles, like it looked like I got in a fight. Like they were just bloody.
Oh, wow.
But we still skated. So I just like poured some water on it, and we're like, let's just skate it off. No one saw that, whatever.
Walk it off like it's nothing.
Yeah, literally. I was like, okay, dust yourself off. You're good, nothing broken, nothing hurt. And then we just kept skating.
That's how you do. That reminds me of the Disney movie Brink.
Oh, Brink. Have you ever seen Brink? Oh, Brink is awesome.
Yeah, that's what actually I had a time where like I started rollerblading too. Because of that movie, I was like, I could do this. So I did it. But
that movie is super old. I think it came out in like 2003 or maybe something 99 or somewhere around there. But it was based here in LA, and pretty much it's a group of friends that go to school. They're skaters, and after school they go skate, and then they end up like joining a team that pays them money and stuff like that. And it all happened down at Venice Beach and stuff. So it was really cool seeing what Venice Beach used to look like compared to now. So
I actually didn't know it was at Venice.
Yeah, it was at Venice.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's really crazy seeing like how it used to look like back then to now, because it looks way different. Like so much stuff has changed.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful now, but of course there are some weird shit that happens down there still here and now. So it is what it is.
It is what it is. Speaking about my past, I've actually had really bad injury as well. I used to actually skateboard, and there was one time where I was learning how to drop into a ramp, and as I was dropping in, I guess you're supposed to lean forward, but I leaned back, and then my ankle was behind my back because I leaned too far back, and then I got up, and tears are coming down my face, and I'm just limping, and I actually sprained my ankle. I probably almost broke it, and I always bring this up to my mom because my mom actually made me go to school the next day, and I didn't have crutches or anything. I was literally like limping everywhere, and I was late to. It was like in middle school, so I was late to every period, and that definitely built character. And you know, yeah. And I was like, I always remind her of that day. She's like, "You good now, right?" Yeah, I am. So I have a high pain tolerance. I think that's when it started. But I noticed you don't really go off of like ramps or do like big tricks or anything like that. Do you think you'll eventually gain that confidence, or is it that just like a different style of like skating?
It's a different style. It's called park skating.
Oh, park skating.
I tried it once. And I should try it again. But I just like, I'm also just easily really intimidated. So at the beach, it's beautiful because like I can go and kind of be alone and just kind of jam skate. Or I see my friends who are also doing the same thing. Okay. But at the park, it's just like a bunch of guys out there with their skateboards, and it's like little old me with my little roller skates, like trying to learn out what to do. And I know there's like a lot of groups out there that are trying to help make it more like a comfortable thing. Right. But my one day there, I fell on my ass so many times, and I was like, this is not fun. I am not playing my music. I am not jamming. I was like, this is not me, not for me. But I should try it again because it does look fun. And like, I love watching those videos because I'm like, oh my God, these girls are badasses and they're so cool. They're so fearless. Right. So I should try it. Yeah. It's been a year since I've tried it.
Oh, okay. So
I used to watch I'm subscribed to a couple of these other YouTubers that skate. I forget, but they skate around like Venice, and then they do the whole Moxie.
Yeah,
do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole like Moxie team that has like the whole park skating thing, and it's cool because Venice Beach has that like park skating area and this dance plaza. Yeah, it's super cool. I'm not really familiar with like the park skating world, but everyone's like super cool. Yeah, and they're really talented at what they do.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah. Going back into you know, I love your videos. They're always like a good vibe and spreads positivity. You know, I think a lot of people need to see that out there in the world. And would you say skating has been like very therapeutic for you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, not to be too deep or anything, but like definitely had like my demons and like my past with like mental health, and I mean, it's still a constant thing. But when you have like a fun thing to look forward to at the end of your work or school day, like, I mean, I can't believe it, but like I used to have like really, really, really bad depression, and I still have like some anxiety in certain situations, but like roller skating has helped me so much find confidence in myself, and then gratitude for my life, and then it's also helped me appreciate life so much too. So I'm really grateful for like the joy that roller skating has brought me, and the joy that I find while I roller skate and everything, and all the connections I've made with it, and then the connections that I've made with myself. Right. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question, was like, you know, without getting into too deep, you know, we don't want to.
We can't.
I mean, like, I was going to ask if there was a time where skating pulled you out of a dark or like unhappy space, because I feel like a lot of people who have like they say, you know, the people who have the biggest smiles have the darkest paths.
Wow.
And I think a lot of us as artists, we kind of, you know, use our artistry to get out of whatever we're feeling, and you know, I definitely resonate with that as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely have had my dark days, and like when I was really, really depressed, something therapists would tell me is like, you need a hobby. You need something to move your body. It's good to get exercise. You need to find something that you enjoy exercising and all that stuff. And for a long time, it was yoga. And I'm grateful for how yoga had served me and how it helped me dive into spirituality. And then it organically moved into roller skating. And then I also take time to like do yoga after roller skating as well. But I'm just grateful because like when I am in those dark moments, I get to remember I have a hobby. Like, there's a lot of people out there that unfortunately haven't found what lights them up yet, and I hope that they do find it, because at the end of a long work day, I mean, I work in healthcare. It's really, really stressful. So it's so fun that like I work my 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. shift, and then I make it to the beach in time, and I get to throw these roller skates on and forget about the stress of the day, and then just have me time outside in nature under the sun, watch the sun go down. Like, it's so good for your mental health and your physical health and everything.
No, it is. Yeah. I actually work in the healthcare field as well, so I totally understand. You know, and for me, that's why I love the dance community so much. Not only do we resonate with the music, but dance community is so supportive with each other, and we all know that we're all trying to just have a good time. So we all like hype each other up, and we just let our outside life like go away and just escape for that one moment at one time, that one song, you know. So I think you're doing a great job with your videos. You're spreading that positivity, and I hope you keep going, because I think more people need to see that.
I do too.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, you were part of an event called Disco Oasis. Is Disco Oasis?
Yeah, Disco Oasis.
Okay. Can you kind of explain what like Disco Oasis is? Because I had recently just seen, I guess they were just in New York.
Yeah.
So is it like a traveling type of event? And do you know if they intend to stay here, like in LA? Because I believe it started here, right?
Yeah, so I don't know anything about the future, but when I did sign up for it, it was completely new. I just know like they just wanted to put together a really fun outdoor roller skating experience for roller skaters and people that don't even know anything about roller skating. And so when I worked in Disco Oasis, it was at this beautiful botanical garden, and they just put like a pop-up roller rink there, and I was part of the cast, and I was really, really fortunate and lucky to be a part of that. And so we had like little choreographed routines, and we put them on every like 45 minutes. And other than that, it was just ambiance skating, and it was just it was such a beautiful experience. I mean, guests got to walk through like gorgeous art installations with live dancers, and it's just all beautiful disco music, and it's just so carefully curated, and there's a lot of thought and heart into the experience. And then you go into the roller skating part, and it's just breathtaking. It's lights and glitter and disco and live roller skaters. Everyone's just having so much fun and getting outside and moving their bodies and like just having a good time. And so, that was my summer job. When they reached out to me, I definitely had like a little imposter syndrome. I was like, little old me. Like, I remember I was literally at work in my scrubs having like a really hard day. And the casting director was like, hey, I really love your videos. Like, I'd love to hire you for this. And I had a moment in like the back office, and I was like, me? Why me? What do they think? La, 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 la. And then I kind of was like, but I kind of want to do it. And what's wrong? Like, why not just try it?
Exactly.
And I'm so grateful I did it. Like, changed my life. It gave me self-confidence. I've never performed in my life before, and now I love it. And like putting on this whole hair and makeup face, and it also is just it definitely spoke to like how multi-passionate I am, and like how I love like helping people and caring for the sick, but then I also love performing and like moving my body and like putting on a show. So it's like so much fun. When you have all these passions, life becomes so fun and exciting to live.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is.
Well, that kind of goes into my last question for you. I feel like roller skating became really popular during COVID, because I saw so many people started buying roller skates and going out and practicing. It was crazy how much people were actually picking it up and growing on Instagram. People started creating their Instagrams and just started posting day 1, day 2, day 3 and all this, and it's crazy to see how far everybody has gotten with
it's so
it.
Beautiful.
It's crazy. So now that like roller skating is becoming so popular once again, because roller skating has always been popular, I feel like, especially here in California. Have you like thought about auditioning for any films or music videos that need roller skaters? Because I feel like a lot of films now or music videos are trying to use more roller skaters here. So and like you said, you do like to perform, and you love putting on the makeup and the outfits and all that. So I mean,
fun.
So is that something you've tried yet or you want to do?
I'm, again, very, very grateful. I'm grateful to the universe for sending me these opportunities that are in my path. And so, I actually was in one music video already for this the band Dayglow. He had a new song, Then It All Goes Away, and I was cast as the roller skater. And it was so much fun.
The one and only.
The one and only.
Were you the only one in there?
Yeah, I was kind of just like, is there other people that are going to be with me? And they're like, no, just you. And I was like, okay, great.
Hey, at least you get more stardom though.
And it was honestly so fun. Like, I was so nervous. I was like, who am I going onto the set? And I always have that, but then I have to do these mental check-ins with myself. Like, no, you're worthy. You deserve to be here. You put in a lot of work, and they wanted you. Like, just do what you do best. And so the concept of that was hilarious, because it was like a plexiglass and the camera was below it, and it was just like a tiny square, and they're like, can you spin and do stuff? And I was like, yeah, for sure, I'm a professional, I can do this. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm skating on glass. and it's elevated.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
And
it's
I-
small.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's small,
Yeah.
but I was like, we're gonna do our best, and it turned out great.
Oh,
So
great.
it was so fun, and
Yeah.
yeah, I did a little like commercial for Marshalls too. That
Nice.
was really fun. They reached out to me and they're like,
dope.
hey, like we just want to do like a quick like ad with you in our clothes. Like, would you like to do it? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm at this point, I'm like saying yes to everything, and I
Yeah.
also do want to start putting myself out there even more to try to get more opportunities too.
Awesome.
I'm really busy, but like
Yeah.
this is super fun. So
Yeah.
I kind of want to lean into that as
Yeah.
well.
Might have to join a talent agency.
Yeah.
I know.
You're
No,
getting booked like
You know,
crazy.
I definitely eventually we gotta plan something because I want to shoot like a cinematic, like a little video of you like doing your
Yes.
skate thing.
Oh my
I think
God,
that
I
would.
love
I haven't
that.
shot it, so I usually call them cinematic portraits. You know, just models and. Pretty much, it's
Yeah.
a photo shoot in a video.
Yeah.
You know, so I would actually love to do one with you skating because I've
Yes.
never done one of those yet.
Yeah.
Like as far as skating goes.
Maybe
And-
maybe you have to be on your skates so you can get the
Yeah, so
smooth,
you can, like,
rolling shots.
Get a little gimbal moment.
I might have to. I mean, I got the
Yeah.
gimbal and all that anyways, but I mean, the skating is gonna definitely help, and I can show
Yeah.
you my skills. It's nothing compared to
Uh,
you. You know, I might just have to hop on my rollerblades because
Yeah.
Nothing
really.
yet.
nothing yet.
yet.
You know what?
She's gonna train you. You get some
I
lessons.
really have not had much time to practice roller skating or roller. You know, I like I said with rollerblading, since it's always been a part of my life. You know, growing up as a kid, I can put them on and I'm fine.
You
But
can
when it
go,
comes to roller
yeah.
skating, it's different. It's like I'm like, oh shit. But then you know, once I keep going, once I'm going, I'm like, okay, like I got this. You know, and then you just got to keep going with it. But yeah, like honestly, with rollerblades, it's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, I think
Yeah.
I feel confident.
You would think it
Yeah.
would be the other way around.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
for most
yeah.
people, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that-
but
yeah.
it's different for everyone.
Yeah,
It is.
exactly.
Everyone says.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
So, well, anyways, Julia, we have actually come to the end of our podcast today.
Yes.
Thank you again for coming on. We really appreciate it. Before we do end the show, though, we always ask, what kind of advice would you give to the next generation? So, what kind of advice would you give to somebody that wants to become a roller skater or a rollerblader?
Do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you are being safe, obviously,
Yeah.
and that it's feeling some passion and joy, and that you genuinely enjoy it. And again, do it for you. And if it's something that you want to do, no one's stopping you.
Right.
And
Facts.
there's a whole world of opportunities out there if
Mm-hmm.
you just continue to live in your design and your joy and like follow whatever it is that lights you up. So if it's roller skating, do it.
Hey,
Do it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Are there any
Just do
shout outs
it.
you'd like to give to our viewers?
No.
Thank you,
I
Mom.
can't think of this. I'm like, thank you, family. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, everyone that's taught
Thank
me
you,
things on
everybody.
skates.
Yeah. Just
It would
thank
be
you,
a
everybody.
list. Like, if you want me
Yeah.
to talk for 5 more minutes, like, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to just take a sip of that drink.
Yeah, you would. Well, just thank you to everybody, I guess.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
to everyone that's brought me here and that's helped
Hey.
me get to this point.
Hey.
We're
Okay.
we're on social media. Can everybody find you?
Everything is Jewel Skates, JUULESSKATS.
And we'll put that in the description box below. Anyways, guys,
Yes, sir.
once again, Julia, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank
you
so
Thank
much
This was
for
definitely
having
fun.
me.
Yeah, you're our first skater on the show. So
Yes.
thank you for being the first one.
Thank you so much. What an honor.
Thank you. We appreciate it, like I said.
Yes.
But anyways, guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, it's Artistry Drop. If you're not following us on Instagram, you can find us at the Artistry Drop. And if you prefer just listening, you can stream all our episodes on all major podcast platforms. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Thank you.
Peace.